Hi everyone, welcome to Crafty Shenanigans. I'm Shannon Smith, and it's been a little while. I had a little bit of a hiatus there while I was trying to get used to working and trying to do a little crafting as well. So thank you for joining me again, and I will try to be a little more consistent with that. And today I have a really fun project. I think you'll really enjoy it, so let's just begin. Okay, so to start out, I'm going to use this really cute stamp set called Cross Stitch, and I've already got it in my Misty, but this is just such a fun stamp. But I didn't want to have it quite so bold as just the little cross marks. I wanted it to look, well, you'll see. I wanted it to be just a little more subtle for the background. So we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna just try a just super simple technique to kind of soften it up. So let me make sure that that's lined up now that it kind of stuck to my Misty. Let's see. Okay, so that will clear it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up my stamp. I'm using Sour Watermelon, and I am going to just go ahead and load up my stamp with the ink. Probably shaking the camera right now. I have to figure that out, but I haven't done that yet, so bear with me. So now I don't want that to be just solid. I actually want to soften that up and kind of give it a little bit of a just more subtle look. So I'm actually going to spray that. And I'm going to spray just a little bit of spray on my paper, and I'm holding the spray bottle a little ways away from it so it's a finer mist. And I'm just going to go ahead and stamp that. And I like how it just softens it up a little bit. Let's do it one more time. And now I'm actually going to let this dry before I do the next part. Okay, so I went ahead and I did use my heat tool a little bit and dried that a little faster because I have pretty much no patience. I didn't want to wait. So let's go ahead and do the next part. I'm just going to wipe this down a little bit. Just want to get any of that watermelon off. And now I'm going to take a different color. I'm going to use Sour Mist. And I'm going to add that and do exactly the same thing. And I may have shifted the paper a little bit, and that's actually just fine with me. I kind of want it to be a little bit skewed from the other. So I think I've just about got it. Gonna spray my paper again a little bit from far away. Spray just a tiny bit over my stamp. And you can see how it's just kind of bled a little bit, but that's what I wanted. And I actually think I want to move it just a little bit more even. And we're going to go ahead and dry that. Now I'm going to take this and I'm actually going to die cut this. I'm going to use Gina Marie Designs. These are really nice dies. I like them a lot, and they're actually really affordable. This set was $10, and we're actually going to take this size and we're going to cut this guy out, and I will be back shortly. Okay, so I hope the lighting's a little bit better now. I actually forgot to turn it on before. Okay, so I've cut out this panel, and I actually am going to use the biggest one and cut out another panel for it to go on. out of this size and this paper. So give me just a second and I'll be back with that. Okay, so now I've got my panel. I went ahead and added a little strip here. I've got this little circle here. And now we can add our fun, cute focal point of our card. And that I'm going to do using this cute set, Nostalgic Boho. And right now this is actually on special on RG Studios or RG Avenue's website. So you'll have to check that out. Look how cute. I love the stamp set. Love the bohemian feel. So I went ahead and I stamped out the phone and the flowers, and I just will probably speed up the video right here because I did use Copics, and that does take a little bit of time, so we'll just speed through that a little bit and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm starting with my yellows. I'm going to start with Y21, and then I will put in my darkest color, which is YR23, and I will then use Y35, and I will finish it off with Y21 again. So first I'm just going to go ahead and color the whole image with my Y21 pen. I just feel like it's easier sometimes, especially if you're working with a small area. And then I'm going to come in with my YR23 and kind of add some shadows, add a little bit of dimension and contrast. And then I'm going to blend that out with my Y35. All right, I'm going to color the other flower with RV markers. I've got RV21, RV23, and RV25. So I'll start with my lightest shade first, which is RV21. And then I'll move on to adding my contrast and my shadows with my RV25, and then I will blend the RV23 and finish it up with the RV21 again. Same process throughout. All right, so now I'm using my kind of turquoisey blue greens. So I've got BG15, BG32, and BG49. And I'm going to start off with my BG15. Then I'll come in with the BG49 to add some of the shadows and some of the darker areas. And then I will go ahead and blend in with the BG32, and then I'll finish off with the BG15. Okay, so now I'm coming in with my yellow greens. I've got YG95, YG97, and YG99. Following the same pattern throughout, I'm starting with the YG95, coming in with the 99, and finishing by blending the 97 and the 95 again. Okay, so at this point I'm adding I have a couple of Arteza pencils. I'm using my white to add a little bit more highlight. Just kind of picking some areas I want it to be a little bit lighter. And I like the control that adding colored pencils with the Copics gives. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of contrast with my Arteza. It's one of their darker pinks. I just felt like it needed just a little bit more depth. And I'm going to do the same thing with kind of a mustard yellow. And now I'm using a little bit of it's like a dark teal. And again, doing the same thing. Now I'm adding a little bit of the white gel pen just to give a little bit more highlight to some of my petals. Okay, so now you can see all of our little pieces, and I'm just going to go ahead and show you how I put it together. I went ahead, I stamped my circle. I used this really cute sentiment. It's for you from, it's Easter from RG Studio or RG Avenue. And these cute little pearls, they are from Kaiser Craft. Picked these up at a cute little store called Paper Collage. I love it. People there are really, really sweet. And I went ahead and I added just a little bit of spritz on there. Flicked a little bit on there. And you can see what I wanted these to be the focal point. So I actually just wanted to soften up my background just a little bit. And you saw how simple that was. So if you're just I liked how it kind of made it look more floral even. They don't even look like little X's. And it worked out really fun. So I hope, I thought that might be kind of fun to play with some other backgrounds. I might have to do that in the future. But here's just a quick and easy card. The coloring, you can choose how elaborate you get with your coloring, but that is actually the most extensive part of the card. But if you're not really big into coloring, you could simplify that however it works for you. So hopefully this gives you a few new ideas, and I would love to see what you try out with this technique. So if you feel like sharing that in the comments, I would love it. Well, I hope that you'll try this technique, and I think with all the different background stamps there are to offer, there's a lot of fun things that you could do, and I'd love to see what you come up with. If you want to leave something in the comments, I would love to see your work. Thank you so much as always for joining me, and I hope that if you liked this video that you will go ahead and like it and subscribe and share it with your friends. Until next time, thanks so much.